with coverage you can count on. This is the Erie News NOWCAST.
Good afternoon, I'm Elspeth Meisner, and thanks so much for joining us for your Erie News Now Weekend NOWCAST. We have learned that 2 people have been hospitalized after a shooting last night. Erie police first responded to a call at 1:42 this morning on Sunday morning on the 1100th block of East 26th Street. As you can see, Erie police were still on the scene earlier this morning. They responded to 2 victims, both males. One was found hit multiple times. Both people were transported to UPMC Hammett and are currently in critical condition. The investigation is currently ongoing. Meantime, turning to COVID-19 news, the United States crossed the 41 million COVID-19 cases milestone late last night. This is all according to a poll from NBC News. Meantime, right here in Erie, there's a number of local COVID-19 vaccine clinics coming up this week. Here's a look at some of the ones in our area. They're all starting tomorrow at different community centers, everything from the Bethany Outreach Center to St. Joseph's Neighborhood Network. There's also a few during festivals and fairs towards the end of the week, such as the Albion Fair or the Rib Festival. And it is game day right here in Erie, as many of our local teams are gearing up for the NFL game starting in just an hour, everything from Buffalo to Kansas City. Among today's games, a rematch of the AFC divisional round as the Browns prepare to face off against the Chiefs. Our Ethan Kibbe is in Kansas City today, but earlier this week, he spoke to Browns fans who can't wait for the game to begin.
I can't wait to pay back Kansas City. We owe them big time, and we're going to get them.
For the first time in decades, local Browns superfans Jeff Babango and Marissa Connick have reason for optimism heading into a season.
You're saying Super Bowl too, huh?
Yeah, I am.
After a stellar 2020 campaign, their Browns are trendy Super Bowl picks, and the couple has blocked off the next 4 months in hopes of weekly celebrations.
We tell family, don't plan anything on Sundays, no birthday parties, no family gatherings, because, you know, they all know what we do.
It all starts Sunday with a marquee matchup with the defending conference champion Chiefs. Kansas City is favored to win, but Babango and Connick say after the last few months, just seeing a football game with family is already a win.
Having, you know, things get a tad bit closer to normalcy is really good for, I think, our mental health, really, you know, because it's something that we enjoy and it was really hard not to have it.
Ever the optimist, Babango says this year, finally, it's Cleveland's time to shine.
We got a little Nick Chubb action.
Yeah, she got me that for, I think, Christmas last year.
And it took some doing, but he's got his soulmate on board, too.
This one for the last 3 years has been telling me it's Super Bowl, and I said, not yet. We're not there yet. But I think this year is the first time where I'm actually confident that it might actually happen.
Now, after almost 240 days without football, the Browns are back. And maybe, just maybe, this really is their year.
But I'm excited. I'm excited. Sunday can't get here quick enough.
Certainly big fans there. And with kickoff in just under an hour for one of our teams, here in Erie, people have been flocking to the stores, gearing up to support their favorite teams this weekend. Workers at Sports Obsession say fans are buying all the gear they need for their teams, but they say Bills, Browns, and Steelers have strong support this season, and fans have been packing the store for weeks. They say Bills fans are so excited for the season that the store can hardly keep up with demand. And shifting gear now to more serious news. After numerous memorial services yesterday were held to honor those who lost their lives on September 11th, you can still find little patriotic moments all over the area. Whether it's an American flag waving in the air, a sticker on a helmet at a football game for local teams, or dozens of flags in somebody's yard, people all over Erie are finding their own ways to be patriotic. As the football season gets underway, many teams are adding their own touches of patriotism. On Friday night, some teams honored first responders, while others had flags on the sidelines. It's small acts of kindness like this that community leaders think is so important to keep doing.
We see the patriotism. We need to keep that going. We as a country need to stay together.
We come together to commemorate, to celebrate this great country of ours. And I think no matter what our divisions, we all know that we live in really the greatest country in the world. And that as imperfect as it is something we treasure and we fight for, and so many people have fought for every day. And that's really what it's all about. We are united as the United States of America.
And County Executive Kathy Dahlkemper also said moving forward, it's important to keep educating children and the next generation on the events of September 11th so they too never forget. And as 9/11 memorials happened all over the country this weekend, including right here in Erie, community members and leaders honored those who lost their lives 20 years ago. The 45-minute ceremony was held yesterday outside the Blasco Library. There was a bell ringing both times planes struck the Twin Towers. There's also a few reflections, prayers, and solemn music that played throughout the service as well. Community leaders said we should honor those who lost their lives not just on one day, but every single day. Meantime, those called to fight in Operation Enduring Freedom after the September 11th attack marked the 20th anniversary yesterday, but in a different way. Members of the 542nd Quartermaster Company, which was the first to be deployed out of Erie just weeks after the attack, gathered for an emotional reunion. The event started out with a gun salute for the 4 members who were no longer with the unit. The group hasn't been reunited like this in over 20 years. Shortly after the September 11th terrorist attacks, the unit was mobilized in November of 2001, where they were then deployed to Fort Bragg and on a mission sent to support Operation Enduring Freedom. The reunion consisted of food and stories of the past. Members of the unit said it was good to be together on September 11th. Thanks so much for joining us for the Erie News Now Weekend Nowcast. Be sure to tune in to Erie News Now at 6 for all the latest news, weather, and sports. Have a great Sunday.